Creating project templates in Foliotek. So if you're a community moderator, you have the ability to create project templates on your own. So if you've watched other videos, you've learned that within the curriculum of career success, there exists a number of project templates already in various activities. But if you are interested, you can create community projects specifically for the community of students that you're working with. So outside of the overall program content, you can create something unique for your group of students. So to do that, I go to the apple in the top black bar and I choose the community that I want to create the template for. So if I want to create the template for my template intro class, sounds like a good one, I'll start there. And to create a project template, you don't go to settings. No, you don't go to reports. But yes, you do go to project templates. So you click on project templates and here we have a project template that has already been created and published. It's very important to note that it's been created and published. Let's go ahead and create one though, and we'll walk through the steps on what this takes. Click the Add Project Template button, it's pretty obvious, and it gets started with the framework for creating a project template. From here you can update the instructions title to call it something more ingenious like directions. You can even add multiple pages of directions. We're not going to do that right now. But here are the various types of activities, or we'll call them content objects, that you can add into a project template. So the first thing you can do is you can add what we call a book. It's an interesting component to Foliotek that opens up a PDF in a PDF viewer. Most of the time, folks don't do this. They prefer the document embed object here. So I can do the same sort of thing. So I can take same sort of document. Let's see here. What's a good one? Employability assignment overview. So it embeds that PDF within the project template. So a student can now open that PDF and read through it if you like. I can add text, which is pretty simple. I'm going to grab some lorem ipsum text here from another location and just paste it right in that box. Check that. So now I've added some text. I can add an image in here. So I have a handful of images I've already uploaded. If I want to upload a new one, I can choose upload there and find that particular image, but we'll just go ahead and grab this image here. We'll dump the image into my the process area, the learning process area of this particular project. Now, this is good because you can provide instructions and other documents. You can put Excel files and all sorts of stuff in here. But I think what's even more profound is the ability to add questions like reflective prompts the students could respond to. So if I choose to add a question, I can use that same text here. We'll just delete a bunch of it. So here I'm adding a question for the students to respond to, and I have different question types. So I could do a short answer, I could do a radio button list. So here maybe I want to do radio button list and I say red, and maybe my next option is going to be white. My next option is blue. So now a student can choose from radio buttons to answer potential questions, or I could do a question type that is something more like an open-ended question per se. So again, we'll delete some text here. We'll do a short answer. And so it's more of a reflective prompt, trying to get the student to think about certain things. So you can populate this whole area to the right here with all sorts of content that you want the student to work through to help them successfully create the project over here. Now you can even have some additional content over here. You can name this particular project template. We'll do something ingenious like that. And you can provide them sort of a summary instructions. But the student in this area, they can delete all this stuff. So even though you're putting content into the overview, this should be content you're prompting the student to say, hey, in this overview, you might want to think about these 3 things, and then they'll erase that and they'll replace it with other content. You can do the same thing with pages. So I could say, I could call this page 1. So I could add content here. Page 1, and give them some instructions on, hey, this might be some stuff that you want to put on this particular page. And you can do that for multiple pages. Once you are done working on the project template, you've got your instructions still over here. You're like, this is great. I'm going to click the go button and I'm going to save this under the title project template. You'll see now I have 2 project templates here. I have the one I created earlier and the one I just created now. Big difference. This one has not been published. and this one has. So if you're satisfied with the template you've created, you're ready for students to use it, and maybe you've had somebody else review it, you can click the check and you can publish that project template out so the student can actually do it inside of the application. And what that looks like is when I go to projects now and I choose to create a project and I choose a community project, I can have two options. This is the sample project that was already in the account, and this is the one we just created. So again, I'm pretending to be a student, even though I'm still in as my moderator account. And I'm saying, hey, I want to create a project for this community. Here's all the instructions that the instructor provided for me. Here's the PDF document. I can actually open that up and I can read through it. Look at my image. Here's the red, white, blue question, and I can type in this box my response, limited to 2,000 characters. And then as a student, I can go in and make this project my own. I can give it a new title. Another very brilliant title, and I can change the overview. Like I told you, the student would have the ability to edit this. And they might come into page 1 and say, oh, I want to add an image to this. And once I'm satisfied with all my work, I click the check, and I can tag it too. So maybe this particular project deals with career goals and communication. So that project is done now. Now as a moderator of community, I can go into my community and I go to template intro, and we will see that I actually have a user who has started this new particular project. And I can view it, and I see who has created a project from the project template I created, and I can actually open it up and look at its content. There we go. Now what's valuable for this from a student perspective is once that project is created, they can add it into their identity page. So they could add that particular project into this area of their identity page so that other people could see their digital story that they're trying to showcase about the skills, professional and social, that they have developed while working on this particular assignment. So there you have it. That's how you create a project template inside of Foliotek, giving your students the ability to make some additional connections between the work they're doing in the classroom and what they want to showcase to a potential audience, more than likely that future employer.